Welcome to Art of Enchantment with Yana Good and the magical island of Bali. Would you like to know how to create a legendary love affair with yourself and with your beloved? Would you like to know how to fulfill your mission as a woman in this life? And what is the mission of a woman, you may ask? I have been searching for the secret of happiness as a woman, the feminine happiness, that je ne sais quoi that each woman has and has to open within herself, to exude that femininity, to radiate that sweet nectar that she needs to cultivate within herself, to become that blooming sensuality that mesmerizes, magnetizes, and inspires your man to love you, to worship, to cherish, and to take care of you for life. Not because he has to, not because he's a good guy or he marries you or he has 3 kids, or, not out of obligation and not out of a sense of getting used to each other, like a lot of couples live together for a long time and it's kind of like better together than alone. But because he wakes up and he's excited to feel like the happiest man in the world, because you are his beloved. You are his muse, you are his lover, and you are the mother of his children, and that you are in his life. Trying to discover what does it take to become a woman like that, the dream. For me, that became an epic journey of 7 years, and I discovered the secrets. And then for a year I took off and just practiced it for myself, not sure that I was ready to share it with the world. And before I even knew it, all of a sudden women started coming up to me and telling me, there's this radiance around you, there's the field we feel, what do you do, can you teach us? And thus I started practicing, and I started working privately with women, and I've learned that the techniques and the system that I've created, taking a woman through 7 steps to heaven, opening up 7 chakras in blooming sensuality, was the key to feminine happiness, to true fulfillment of your mission in this world as a woman. Because God first created Adam, the man, and he created the whole world for the man. So the man is the ruler of the world. He is the light, he is the spirit of God incarnated in the body. But then after a while, Adam got bored. He got bored with hunting and fishing and discovering the world and being by himself. And he had a great desire for something greater than himself, something amazing, something fascinating, something that the world didn't possess. There are a lot of mosquitoes here. I'm excited about living in nature. Makes me alive and awake when things are happening and I can feel everything. So Adam felt he wants something, and God started to think about it. He was like, what else can I give to my beloved son? What can I create for him that is so magnificent, so magical, and so exciting that he will not get bored after a while, that will keep him filled up and excited? You see, a man has 3 power centers. Is his fire area, that is his root chakra, his sexual chakra, his ability to want something. His desire is up and he feels the fire flowing through his body and he goes after whatever it is that he wants, right? The second power center is his ability to feel, to feel love, to feel peace, to feel compassion, to be open, and that's his heart center. And the third power center is his mental capacity to think, to process, to understand this world, and his spiritual capacity to connect with God, his creator, to become one with the universe. So those are the three power centers of a man. And so when God created the woman, and I wanted to pay attention to the word woman, it comes, the whole concept of the woman is the womb. What is the major difference between a man and a woman? Is that she has a womb. She is built differently. She is built like a crystal, like a cup. I call the womb is my crystal cup that has to be filled up with the purest and the sweetest water. That's the nectar of gods. That's the goddess Aphrodite blessing of a woman, is to be filled up in your womb with love. In a woman, that is her power of sensuality, that is her ability to generate the magic of the Mother Earth, her powers, her sexual energies into her womb, and then here make the alchemy and move that energies through all of her chakras up and connect with God differently than a man connects. A woman connects from her womb with God from the space of, oh my God. That is her spiritual practice, is being filled up with so much pleasure, with so much happiness, with so much joy in her womb, not in her head, but in her womb, to be open and feel this world differently, feel this world horizontally. The man feels this world vertically because that's how he's built up. His penis goes up, his focus goes up, everything he does is linear, but a woman's energy is horizontal. She's the earth and she's the water, the Mother Earth, the roundness of the Mother Earth. Her breasts are built like the mountains, and at the same time as the drop of the water. So when God created a woman, she became his masterpiece. Being a woman is actually the highest expression of God's love. There is nothing better that in this world has been created than a woman. So embracing your femininity, stepping back into your power of the womb, into your power of the womanhood, is something that we have stepped so far away in this modern world. We got disconnected from our power of sensuality. We have forgotten how to feel orgasmic, how to feel amazing when we are alone, when it is not in a sexual content. That it's not about being hot and sexy and turning a man on, but it's about feeling orgasmic, feeling amazing inside of your body. It is about feeling this world from a space of your womb and sharing with God your yumminess, your pleasure, your gratitude for being created in such a magnificent way and created as a gift for your man. And geishas used to say that a woman's key duty is to keep a man's three fires always ignited: to ignite his sexual fire, to ignite the fire in his heart, and to ignite his spiritual fire. So how to become that kind of a woman that can mesmerize and ignite and excite and protect the man's space of peace, and to give him the peace and to give him the love and to open him up to become the greatest version that he is, to help your man to fulfill his dream of becoming a legend in his own mind, to bring him closer to God. Those are the secrets I would like to share with you in the next video. This is a long video because I want to share here everything with you. So I'm doing it with a wonderful healer from Bali. She's an American, Andrea, and I'm sharing with her and with you only some of the key things that I want to share, that I usually share with my private clients only. But I wanted to make it available to all of my friends, to all of the women. And the second part of it, I am sharing the 7 levels of sexual and economic evolution of the man and a woman. Understanding this will make you a powerful person. Whether you're a man or a woman, understanding the 7 levels of the evolution of men and women is probably one of the greatest things you need to know. When I learned this secret, I was like, oh my God, all these years of being judgmental of myself and other people, trying to understand people and understand myself, disappeared. All of a sudden I knew, oh, this is where I'm at right now, this is where I was before, this is where I want to be, this is what I need to do for that. Oh, with this man it worked out because, this is how the levels work. Oh, with this one it didn't work out no matter how much I tried. There was no way we could make it work because our levels weren't working. So learning this will explain to you all of your past relationships, will give you the key to all of your future relationships, how to really make it work. And also, I am a businesswoman. I built a multi-million-dollar business, a network marketing company. I've graduated from law school. I have a master's degree. And so business has always been in my blood. Understanding the levels now, if I only knew it when I was building my empire in network marketing, would have saved me so much burning up, so much unnecessary effort that I was putting in the level 2s, trying to teach them and share with them things that only a level 3 will understand. So knowing this will save you in your business. You will always know who to do business with, how to do business with different people without any judgment, without putting anybody high or low. Understanding who you are and where other people are will help you in a proper building of relationships. So this video is extraordinary. It is long. Take your time to learn, to listen to part 1, to listen to part 2, and then on top of it, I created a part 3 where Andrea were asking me questions that she had after she went through the first and the second part of the video, and she's asking some powerful questions that I can clarify a little bit more. So if by chance I don't answer all of your questions, feel free to book a Skype session with me and I will explain more to you and customize things for you. But better yet, come and have a retreat with me. I only do private retreats. I only work one-on-one because you are unique, your pain is unique, your journey is unique, and your power is unique. And you deserve to be seen, to be felt, to be healed, and to open up in your own magnificent, magical way in this beautiful space of love where all the focus is on you. You ready to learn the secrets? Grab a cup of tea or coffee and let's go. The woman has 3 power centers. So her power of sensuality is her first power center, and that's her first 3 chakras. The root, which is the earth, the second is the water, which is in her womb, and the third one is the fire. So that builds this first power center. The second one is her heart, and that's where the love and the gentleness and the grace lies. If in the first one that's your power of sensuality. So the second one is the power of love. And the third one is the power of the spirit. That's the third eye. This is the knowingness. This is knowing it all, feeling it all. Well, the woman is feeling everything with her womb. Did you notice woman, womb? So everything is in the womb. All the imprints of everything we ever experienced, everything we create, a woman creates actually through her womb. Because the desires are born in the womb, and it cannot be over exaggerated. But today I promised to share with you some secrets, and I am ready to share them. Okay, so usually I share this with private clients, and when I draw to them piece by piece by piece, and then at the end we pull it all together and like discuss the questions. But you already told me a little bit some of your personal journey with men, some of your personal issues and so forth. And so I might like gear it a little bit towards you a little bit more, but at the same time I'm going to keep it a little bit more general so every woman can benefit from this. So
great.
Thank you, Andrea.
You're welcome. Thank
for
you.
sharing your love and beauty with the world. Okay, so the very first one I want to share with you is the law of the magnet. The law of the magnet is that in the universe there's only one type of energy. And this energy is the plus and the minus. It's always yin and yang. And there's nothing else. It's neutral and it's sexual and it's core and it's base. And there's no such thing as spiritual energy. There's just plus and minus. And it's always creative force. And it's always yin and yang. And it's always sexual in that perspective. Because it's creating force. Right? So another thing I wanted to share with you is this secret of Tao. So right now we're going just quickly over the key secrets because it's in the programs that we go in depth and really unfold things. But this, I promise you, will shift your paradigm and the way you perceive everything just after understanding even just the big picture. So this little sign of yin and yang everyone has seen reveals to us actually the ancient secret of Tao. This is what also geishas knew and practiced their power on mastering the proper balance of yin and yang. And this is how it works. The light, I'll use this instead of my paper. So the man, actually, no, I'm going to explain this one first and then tie it together. So there are 4 elements that we are all aware about. The fire and the earth, the fire and the air. And so it looks like this, vertical. So that represents the yang energy, the masculine energetics. So it's always moving upwards. Even his organs, the power of his masculinity, his penis, is designed to move up and upwards. And so everything a man does, it's very directed to a goal. He gets excited about something, he gets up and he wants to get it done. So masculine energetic is always forward, it's always linear. And his desire is to connect to God, is to connect to his highest expression of his highest self. When in the part 2 you watch the 7 levels of man, you will see that every man since he's a little boy desires to become a legend, desires to accomplish his highest potential. So what is the woman? The woman is the horizontal. So if we have the cross, is the perfect representation of also yin and yang. So the woman is the horizontal energies of, I don't know if you can see it, of water and earth. And so let's talk about that now. So the feminine energy is circular. I want you to think about the earth. So the earth is circular and it's what? It's dark. And it's unknown. And it's powerful. And it's safe and it's dangerous at the same time. It creates peace. If you lay on the meadow, you just regenerate completely. But you go into the jungle and you are scared. It's wild and it's exciting. Right. And that's the nature of the woman. That's the nature of the woman. If you look at this part, the dark side is the feminine. The light side is the masculine. Because, something new for you already, huh?
Yeah, I always
I was
thought
kinda-
the yang was the dark side and the yin was the white.
Yeah, we always thought that we're the light and we have
Right.
to like enlighten the man and bring the love. Well, I'm telling you, this will shift the way we look at everything. So the man is the light because the fire brings the warmth, and the sun is the warmth, and the light, the air is the light. So he is the spirit, and in a relationship, he is the one that holds the spirit, that brings that spiritual energy in. But the woman is the container. She is the earth. So the earth is the darkness, and it when your earth element, which is your first root chakra, is fully developed, you're confident, you're balanced, you're empowered, you're at peace. So when people go and try to work on their confidence and they go to psychologists and so forth, all of that is great steps forward. But when we balance your earth chakra, when we purify it, when we purify your womb and we balance and fill it up with the earth energy, your confidence right away shoots exactly where it needs to be. And no other work is necessary. Why? Because you simply feel it activated, you feel connected, because you already have it. So the second part of on the scale is the water. So the water, so the earth is responsible for woman's body. It's her body image, it's her health, it's her hormonal balance, it's her ability to bear children, to nurture them, to nurture a relationship, and to hold the relationship for life. The water, think about the water, again, round. If you think of just the drop of the water or the whole ocean itself, it's always round. And the element of the water is what? Also deep, dark, unknown, scary. I mean, just for a second, close your eyes and imagine you're being dropped in the middle of the ocean. And you're an amazing swimmer, and still you're dropped in the middle of the ocean. Feel the fears that come up, right? It's like, oh my God, what will happen to me? It's the unknown, it's the wildness. So you don't need to develop mystery about you or learn techniques of seduction. All you need is to learn the secrets of activating the water element in you, and you become mysterious and dangerous and incredibly magnetic. The water element is the woman's sexual energy. If the fire is the man's sexual energy, the water is the woman's sexual energy. So the womb is like that vase that builds that womb, and then so the earth is like the womb. It builds the womb. The water is that sexual energy that fills that womb. So the purer and the stronger the womb, the vase, like imagine it's like a woman is like a crystal vase, and we want to bloom flowers in it. So the vase has to be clean and not broken, not fixed, not healed. When you work with me, you will have an energetically virgin womb again. On a cellular level, everything will be completed, and you don't have to be healing yourself. You will be whole and complete. And in that space, then generating the water, learning this, the practices of geishas, how to fill yourself up with this powerful feminine sexual energy, then that crystal vase is now filled up with this delicious, sweet, pure water. And then we bloom the flowers. Then the power of sensuality really starts opening up because you feel safe. The fears of having been hurt and all this aggression that we as women have experienced in one way or the other, all of that will be gone. Because in the pure crystal sweet water, you will be blooming. And who
Wonderful.
and you're right, you already feel it, right? It's like, and this is what a man wants to love. This is what he wants to cherish, to adore, right? He doesn't want to come and fix the vase and change the water and deal with the problems and be our healer and all of this. Like when I share this with men, they always go, yeah, no, don't want that. It's like their body language is so powerful because the woman is the flower, and when she opens up and her nectar starts to come out, the more she's open and the more sexual energy she has, the more water she has, the nectar is the more it's spread all around her, right? So it's like her magnet is more powerful. So the biggest fear a woman is going to have that has been raped or has been hurt or is afraid to be raped. I have never been raped, but I always have this fear, like, oh my God, what if I fully open up in my beauty? What if I'm like really this radiant, beautiful, gorgeous, extraordinary God creation walking on the street? Wouldn't men just want to like hurt me or take me away or do something? Like, I had this fear that, so when I walk on the street, I just like kind of want to shut down and I want to be a little bit invisible. If you have visibility issues, a lot of women go for coaching on marketing on visibility. You don't need to go on that. You will never be fully visible until you fully open up in your own juiciness. And then you are already visible. You know, it's like you are felt. So often, you know, I see these beautiful women walk in and people don't pay attention to them, but you kind of glance at them and because it's so beautiful and then pass by. And I was questioning, like, why is it that like such exquisite beauty is walking and men are like not reacting? And another woman could be not particularly attractive, but like, and men just want to drown in her. Yeah, it's her power, it's her field. So when the womb is pure and clean, a woman has this radiance around her. And this is my experience, no one has ever hurt me. In fact, it's like the more open I am and the more like basking I am in my beauty, in my sensuality, men are so gentle with me, so kind, so generous. Like anything they will do. The driver, the people that help, women, men, children, dogs, everything and everybody responds to this pure energy of the feminine sensuality. We just have lost the art of how to fill it up, and we're not born with it filled up. Every single day, I have to do the rituals to fill up. Geishas, to get the title of a geisha, for 20 years, they practice this until they're so filled up that they can literally shift and fill the room with her aroma. Like if she wants to fill the room with the essence of the roses, she goes into the meditation, activates it within herself, and she can fill the whole room with the essence of the roses.
Wow. That's amazing.
So geisha means the person of art. You know, that's why I was so inspired after learning the secrets, and I wanted to create, I don't want to be a geisha because that is a Japanese tradition and culture, and I'm working with women from all over the world, and I was like, for me it was, I just want to be the most enchanted woman in the world. I want to live my life in a way that inspires and excites and enchants me, and I want to help you to live your life in a way that enchants you. And we're all different flavors,
Right.
different flowers, right? And so it's activating, it's healing your womb, filling you up and teaching you the secrets of the elements so that you can open up in your own enchanting essence and make that one amazing man, the happiest man in the world. Because we don't need all the men in the world, only one man. Yeah. Actually, this is not something that I usually share the first lesson, but recently I had a conversation and I just think it's kind of relevant, it's juicy. And this girl was asking me, she said, Yana, you're so generous with everything that you know. She's like, aren't you afraid like to share this with other beautiful women, like about competition and like the jealousy? And I said, you know, I actually asked this question my teacher, and we discussed this, we looked into that, and she said, imagine there is a garden and a man walks into the garden and there's this gorgeous and if he sees the flowers that are not open, you know, what do you do with them? You just pass right by, because what is the value of the flower? It's its nectar. It's this sense where you just want to and just get intoxicated in it, right? And so imagine every flower is open and it's intoxicating. So he walks into the garden and he is happy and he's filled up and he looks around, and usually he will find that one flower that excites him and draws just him in. And then he will be the gardener of this particular flower. And it doesn't mean that he won't enjoy the rest of the garden, but every man just needs his one flower to take care of. And so as a woman, I want to live in the garden of beauty, in the garden where all women are healed and opened up and emanating their unique aromas. So it's exciting for us, you know, like what girlfriend you want to go and have tea with, right? The one that's going to complain about heartbreak and yuckiness and all this stuff, or the girlfriend that is filled up with juice and joy and might share with you like the secret mask I used today. Andrea walks in, I have like honey and papaya all over my face and my
Glowing.
chest. Yeah, it's like this is my morning thing for today. Yeah, juicing myself up. So the next secret I wanted to share with you, moving on. So really I wanted you to understand the difference between men and women, is that the feminine energy is a horizontal, the earth and the water. And what does that really mean? Everything we do, the way we exercise, the way we orgasm, the way we build our relationship, and everything and anything that we do is circular. So the best way to exercise for a woman is to circle her hips, is through the belly dancing, is some of the things in the womb cleansing program. I teach the special rituals of filling up and the little exercise that you do in the morning that actually activates that feminine sexual energetics in your hips and everywhere and rises it up. So
Kundalini yoga does that too.
I've never done Kundalini yoga, so it's very exciting. You're a master of that, right?
Not a master, but
you've at
I
least
can
studied
teach
it.
I'm teaching it.
Oh,
yeah.
Then you're a master, right? So
It's a vast practice, but I love it. It's amazing.
So juicy. So when a man comes to a woman, he needs to feel her earth and her water. The water magnetizes his attention. This is her sexual energetic. He's like, I'm excited about her. It turns his fire on because the opposites attract. But the earth makes him feel like this is the space. When he comes into your presence, he's testing, he's sensing, is this the space where I can relax, where I can grow my roots, where I will feel safe, loved, and adored? Little secret, ladies, men want to be adored. In fact, yesterday I was having a conversation with my beloved, and he almost had tears in his eyes, and he's like, just the way you adore me. Like he says, I feel so loved, I feel so adored that I just want to fly. So you make me the happiest woman in the world. I just feel your love and just the way you adore me. And I was like, well, how else? Like, I don't know how to love in any other way, because the practices that I do in the morning with myself, I fill myself up with the essence of beauty, with the essence of love, with adoration. But in the past, I couldn't do it because I didn't know the secret of the pure womb. Because you see, the crystal cup, if at the bottom there is any dirt left, any even little speck left, eventually when we go through the moon cycles, that little dark energy that is hiding in your womb is going to come up and mess with you. That emotion of hopelessness, or I'm not lovable, or it's not going to work out for me, or the world is messed up, or something else is going to come up because it's inside. We project the world, we create the world outside of us as a reflection of what is inside us. But where is this inside? People say it's like what you radiate is what you attract, but like where is it that this radiation begins? What is it that we do? Because I did all these spiritual practices where I would fill myself with light and with love, but I was not radiant. Men were not reading me and adoring me and cherishing me and feeling me the way it's happening after I cleansed my womb. Because the secret was
the radiance in a woman is from her womb. Because this is where the energy is then rising into her third chakra and allows her to actually magnetize abundance and businesses. So you really don't need to go and study too much on the marketing or on business practices and so forth, or you can learn them later on, because the key is the energy. But because when you have it and you activate it and you know how to turn the fire of desire and the fire of manifestation on, then things just happen for you. You're led to the right things and so forth. But when it's not on, you can learn and study all you want. And you know, that's why some people are super successful, like why Tony Robbins is a legend in the industry of personal development, and there are quite a few of them, but just I'm using him as an example, is because his power is of level 5. You know, and so when thousands of people come into his presence, I don't remember things he said. You probably, like, if you ever heard, it's like hard to remember everything people say. But he charges up. He lifts the people's energy up, and then when they leave him, they deflate again. And in women, all of the issues rise up again, all of the insecurities rise up again. But when we clean the womb, it's done. Why is this relevant to men? When he's having intimacy with his woman, and why is casual sex is very dangerous? Because you're connecting your light and your force and your essence to a woman's womb, and you're taking in all of her pain, her fears, her worries, the negativity that is hiding there. She's charging you up with her energy. And you're charging her up with your energy. And that's why energetically we have to be pure, and we only need to create alchemy together in an intimate environment through a space of love. In fact, I just recently learned this story, just blew my mind away. Is a man had a wife and a lover, and the lover got infected by an oncology. She got cancer that the wife was going through. Now, that's not a sexually transmitted disease, but it's an energetic transmission. And so, like, you know, when we tell women, it's like really like you have to honor your body, and you have to attract your man and love only your man, and don't ever connect to the men that are in a relationship with another woman. You're not just violating her happiness, you know, but you are stepping in the middle of that, and you have no idea the karmically, the physically, the energetically what will be happening to you, because you become part of the alchemy. You know. So anyhow, let's get now back to the next secret. So now that you understand the elementals a little bit more and how the masculine and feminine energy works, now this will make more sense. So according to Tao, the 75% of the man has to be in the masculine energetics, meaning fire and earth, and only this dark spot, only 25%, is in the feminine, is his water and his earth. In a woman, 75% is the dark part. That's her water and earth, and only 25% is air and fire. Now, why is this the secret to perfect harmony between men and women? Why is this the secret of turning on the magnet? And how do we keep the magnet on? Ready for this part?
Wow.
I'm excited to share this with you. In an intimate environment, when a man and a woman come together, when he's 75% in a masculine and you're only 25% in a masculine, you create 100% masculine energetic between the two of you. So he can experience himself as a man fully and completely only when he's with you in an intimate sexual relationship, or when energetically the energies are exchanging. So you will also have to get to experience 100% of the masculine, and at the same time you get to experience 100% of the feminine when you're with a man, because you're 75 and he's 25, and he gets to experience. That's how we become complete. It's not about 50-50, because some men is like, they're nowadays they're becoming more and more feminine, and they want to develop their sensitive side, because women are not doing their job of being a woman. And so men are confused, they're lost, they want to be happy, they want to love desperately. It's just the women have demagnetized the magnet. Because for the magnet to work, the plus and the minus has to work. So let's talk about the magnet. This is exciting. So here I draw a little bit like there's 3 circles, and one is with long hair and one is with short hair. So the girl and a boy. So this is how it looks like. And also imagine this is the 3 circles, the 3 power centers. So in a man, his first power center is charged up on a plus. The magnet is the plus, because the fire, right, is the desire. He has to get excited, and he has to have a desire and want you to pursue you. In a woman, her first power center is charged up on what?
Negative.
On a minus. Yes. Because it's the water and it's the earth and it's cold. Yeah, receptive, exactly. So he comes in with his fire, and he does what? Starts boiling up, warming up, and then boiling up the water. And then what happens? An alchemy is created, and then the alchemy creates a vapor, and the vapor goes up into the second power center now. The second power center, the heart opens up, and in a woman, it's a plus, and in a man, it's a minus. So when a man and a woman are together, so the first magnet is hers is a minus, his is a plus. The second magnet is hers is a plus, his is a minus. Why is that? We nowadays reward men for being what? Powerful. What are the masculine qualities we as women want?
Just strong and powerful, and someone who's a protector, I think. I think of men being protectors, and also capable of doing many physical things. There's the strength and fixing cars, right? Building buildings, building structure.
Or if you're in a jungle and a bear attacks you, to be able to kill the bear.
Yeah, fearless. There's a fearlessness there.
So to have those qualities, he has to have the heart closed, so he doesn't have this like softness and delicacy. Because if he loves everybody and he's like open to love, he's gonna go into the world and have a challenge to compete, to succeed, to overcome. Now, I'm not saying that that's the way to live life originally designed, but this is the world that we right now live in, that is very harsh and competitive reality. So then the men are already bred in a way to be tough, so to speak. So this is what happens in a relationship. When he heats up her waters, and then they create an alchemy, the fire and the water start boiling, and that vapor comes up into her heart. Her heart opens up in the rose of love. She's like, I love you, even if she doesn't say it, right? But then what happens? This love that flows from her heart, it becomes the field around her. Now when he's in this field, his heart starts opening up, because he feels loved and received and safe in her earth, in her water bathing. So his heart opens up to love, and now it's like he loves her. And so, and then that energy of love now goes and illumines their mind, and their mind and their third eye is filled up with the truth, which is love is all there is. The most pleasurable and exciting experience is to be in love, and is to feel love. So now things make a little bit sense. So when nowadays they teach the girls to go talk to a man, or mimic him, or all kind of tricks. They're trying to teach a girl all kind of tricks. It doesn't work. I'll tell you why it doesn't work. It works at the beginning to catch attention, but if she's doing the catching, she's already shifting the magnet. She's in the masculine, doing things, thinking things, trying to get an outcome. So if her magnet is turned on a plus, then the man's magnet has to be on a minus. So even if he curiously will come and check out because he gets all this attention and affection, it's not going to sustain a relationship, first of all. And second of all, even the intimacy might be disappointing for you. I talk to girls that are very on a masculine, charged up, very fiery, very sexy, and they're like, well, I like sex, and we had sex, and it was, if I didn't do the initiative, then we wouldn't be in a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And then we go deeper, and I go, really, how do you feel after sex and during sex? Is he really satisfying you? And the truth is always like, well, And the reason being is because a man can only fully open up and give to you all of his masculinity if he's the one that is drawn in. He has to be fully activated on his desire to pursue you, to desire you, to do anything for you. And if you don't know how to activate that power, that fire in him, it's like you are never going to experience that feminine happiness. Yes, you can have a man. Yes, you can have a relationship. And that's why we look at all these couples and it's like, yeah, they're together, but the light is off, and then eventually you can sustain it. So the secrets of drawing him in for a woman is in her womb, is turning on from inside her magnet, so she can draw in the right person. So this explains the opposites attract. That at all times that I've done this program on my website, it is free, on the elementals. Listen to that one. It's done actually on a very orgasmic spiritual energy wavelength. And so listen to it with an earpiece, because there I go into depth on how really in a relationship it specifically works. The opposites attract. So if a man walks in on fire, you must shift into water, and the magnet is on. If he walks in on air and his head is on and he's all in his thoughts and upset or whatever, stressed out, the water is not what he needs. It's the opposites attract. So you have to turn on the earth. And the moment he feels anchored in the earth, his anxiety is gone. He feels at peace. He feels good in your space. The moment you feel he relaxed, now you turn on the water to turn on his fire. And now he loves you. And that's the secret of attracting your beloved and keeping the relationship for life. Because, ready for this? The secret of geishas. This is what I learned from them. The purpose of a woman in a relationship is to keep the man's 3 fire high, up and burning. His desire for you, because that keeps him filled up as a man. His love for you, his emotional availability to conquer the world for you, to be the best man for you. This is when men usually, when they marry, they say, you make me a better man because of you. I want to be a better version of you. So how do women inspire him for that, right? It's keeping these 3 fires and his purity, his goodness in this world, his ability to become the legend in his own right, in his own universe, so to speak, right? That's what his beloved provides for him. Turning and keeping all these 3 fires on to help him in the process of evolution. How does a woman do that? We can tell her, you have to do this, you have to be radiant. It's your radiance that men are attracted to, right? Like 4 years ago, I was listening to all these personal development gurus, and they're like, and this is what a man is attracted to, and you have to do this. But like, okay, but how do I do this?
Right.
A man telling me that I need to turn on, my radiance. He doesn't know the secrets of geishas. He cannot practice and feel that. All he can share with me is that as a man, this is what he's attracted to. And it's only when I discovered this extraordinary woman who taught me the secrets of geishas, and I started practicing them, it's like that's where I created this program of putting everything together, because I was like, why before things didn't work or worked partially, and why is this magic is happening in my life, right, left, and frontal? I'm like, oh my goodness, everything I desire instantly manifests. And men are amazing. They're generous, they're kind, they're sweet, they will never hurt a woman. I'm like, why was I afraid of them?
Is it because you switched into a deeper sense of being able to receive and the receptivity?
This is so powerful. Thank you so much for kind of asking. You're trying to answer it, but you actually ask the question, why is it? And let me tell you why. And this is the secret of Tao. I would have forgotten to tell you. This is the secret of Tao. You see, to understand men and women, we have to understand what feminine and masculine really means. And so tell me some of the qualities. Take a pen and paper and try to write down your own. Like, what are the qualities of a man that you call masculine that you are attracted to, please?
A man who's self-sufficient and, like I said, strong. I think a provider, someone that I can trust out in unpredictable situations, resourceful.
Resourceful,
protector,
powerful, adventuresome, protective, right? So, and I'm sure quite a few more. Strong, masculine, masculine, blah, blah, blah.
Sharp, wise.
Yes, all of that
My
stuff,
dad,
right?
basically.
Yes,
I have an awesome dad. He's in his masculine quite well.
So what is the feminine? What are the feminine qualities?
Feminine, nature, nurturing, receptive, loving, giving, sensitive, soft, gentle, compassionate, creative.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wonderful. So now this is what we would all agree with, right? This is what I thought too. But the way the Japanese geishas are taught to understand how to turn on the magnet and what feminine means is not that. The definition of feminine according to Tao is the opposite of the masculine. The feminine means the opposite of the masculine. Let me a little bit elaborate on this in the practical terms. If you're man, because within the man, they're all four elements, the feminine, the yin, and the yang. So if he comes, sexually excited in his fire, we understand that we turn on the water. So then the feminine will be the soft, the flowy, the exciting, the receiving, the pulling in, the gentle, right? But what if he comes in the water? What if he's upset and things are bad and he's powerless and his shoulders are drooped and he's disappointed his boss just fired him, or he was reprimanded, or he was criticized severely, or he lost the game and he hurt something, and he comes in apathy or depressed, and you're like soft and gentle and nurturing, will help a little bit. But this is where you need to turn on your fire. Is you have to at all times to keep. Remember I told you at the beginning that I will teach you how to create a legendary love affair that lasts forever, and how to keep it that lasts forever, right? So the key is to learn the secrets of activating your magnet, to learn how to work with the elementals and master them. The key is to master the elementals in your pure womb and generate a power and raise up the power as to the level that you want, because the second part right now I will share with you the 7 levels. So it will be important for you to identify what level you're at, and then what level you truly want to be. And then we'll start the journey with the art of enchantment, where we'll take you exactly to the level you want to be. Because the beauty of the woman is she can always generate the energy in her womb. A man cannot generate the energy in his womb. That's why he needs a woman. But so when you turn on the fire, you reignite his fire back up, and once his fire up, instantly you have to shift back to water. so then he can get the fire more and more and get excited about you. So this is the art of constant keeping the magnet on. This is the game of life. And I know some women, especially level 1s and level 2s, they will say, because they don't have the energy anymore, they're hurt, they're tired, they'll be like, I don't want this game. I don't want to play. Like, I just want to meet a man who will see me for who I am, and he will love me, and he will heal my heart, and I will feel safe with him, and for him I will open up, and then I will give my love to him. And let me just ask you this question: how many years have you been singing this song to yourself? Yeah, be honest with yourself. Ain't gonna work. Because a masculine qualities are what? He gets excited. He wants to conquer. He wants the best. They want to be excited about a challenge and overcoming something. So if a woman is shut down, closed down, nobody needs her, and she's in her victimhood space, how is she going to attract a wonderful, powerful, loving, capable, strong man to do what with her? He's not a healer, right? You want that strong man. Well, it's not his job to heal. His job is to conquer. It's to surprise you. It's to adore you, right? And so when you're open and you're turned on, what happens? You'll have a lot of bees around that flower. You activate the desire and the interest of all men. And women are scared of that. That's the problem. It's that fear in her that will say, no, I'll wait, which will never happen. Wait forever. But when we cleanse the womb, and when we charge you up with the feminine energy, what happens is that you go into the world and the world reflects back to you, and all of a sudden you see that you're more loved than you've ever been. Your mother treats you differently, the children treat you differently, your neighbors, and in the store, on the street, everywhere. Like sometimes I cross the street and people will stop the car and they'll do like this. If I'm like fully on and activated and I'm in this space and I'm walking and emanating, and the whole world will be just like, because it's a woman walking on the street, you know, happy woman, or what is it, pretty woman, walking down the street. It's that energy of the radiance is turned on. The world will respond to it with kindness, with generosity, and with love. How else? The trauma happened when you were a little girl, when you were innocent, pure, and helpless. And this big man who couldn't receive it from his wife, who couldn't receive it from his mother because their wombs are shut down and closed and there's no feminine energy for him. And then he sees this budding flower and he understands it's too weak, it's too powerless, it cannot defend itself. So he will try not to hurt her but to take from her this, even a drop of this nectar, to save his soul. And we call them bad names and we want to put them to prison. And I'm not talking about I'm not negating the fact that if somebody hurts children or something, that something is to be done, but let's look at why the problem is, and let's solve the problem. Not like try to find somebody to blame and punish them. They are hungry. Men are hungry. They're thirsty for the feminine energy. And if we bring, that's why I'm creating this movement of art of enchantment and creating this movie to educate women, to awaken them to the art of enchantment. So when she's enchanted in her own sensuality, in her own love, in her own spirituality, and she can create this space of love, this space of peace around her, there will be no war. It is this one of my clients, he goes, so there will be no more war. I'm like, no. A man cannot go to war and kill somebody when he is happy, when he's in love. He wants to protect his space of love. He won't leave his flower and go somewhere to kill another man. Because like another man will come and take away his flower and then he'll never be happy again. So You know, that's what he will cherish you and adore you. You know, if you bloom.
Yeah, more love, not less.
Makes sense, doesn't it? And then now that I invite you to watch the 7 levels, and even more things will be revealed to you. So Andrea is going to watch the 7 levels, and then we're gonna get back and see what questions she might have.
Great. Thank you.
Enjoy
Wonderful.
the part 2.